Welcome back to our final video to wrap up our big flower lesson. So remember, this is in the likeness of Georgia O'Keeffe, and the very last thing we need to do is Sharpie with a black Sharpie. So grab your black Sharpie. I'm going to grab my thicker black Sharpie. What you're going to need, I should go over what you need, obviously. You need your final piece. Ideally, you want a piece of scratch paper that you can write on top of to go under it. Your black Sharpie, and you're going to need a pencil and an eraser just to write your name on the back. So just do your best. If you get frustrated, take a deep breath, count to 10, take another deep breath, come back to it. Remember that art is not perfect, and yours is going to be uniquely yours. It's not going to look like mine. It's not going to look like anybody else's in the class. So we're going to get going. You guys have done this before. We're just sharpening in the pencil lines, and then we're done. So go ahead and get started. I'd like you to take your time. It's not a race. This is the final touch to end the lesson. So please show your very best effort with this. And this can be done in one sitting. Meaning you're not going to need to come back to this at a later date. You can do this all today. This really makes all the details pop. Her paintings were very, very, very precise. Some of them to me almost look like photographs. They looked extremely real. I'm starting to smudge on my hand a little bit, so I'm gonna go this way, working this way so that I don't smudge. Just kind of watch yourself, see if that's happening to you, and you can turn your paper while you're doing your sharpening so that it doesn't smudge on your hand. How are you doing, Joe?
Doing good. I'm doing well.
You're doing well? Awesome. Joey's taking his time. It's looking really nice. I just peeked in on him. And this is the last of our painting lessons. You might still have paint left over. You are free to create something with some paper you might have at home and paint it if you'd like. Maybe even paint with a sibling or another family member. Sit down and have a nice little paint party with the rest of the paint that might be left. Or maybe you used every last drop of your paint to finish this last project off. If you haven't gotten rid of the containers yet, you can rinse them out. The paint might be dried on the edges, but if it's doable, you can rinse it all out and you can bring it back to school. And then the teachers can reuse the containers, possibly for other purposes, so we can recycle these materials. So if you still have your paint containers and you're feeling like you're up to rinsing them out, then go ahead and do that and bring them back to school. So I'm about halfway done. You can see the difference between this side of my composition and this side. The black Sharpie really makes it pop. beautiful, Joey. I want to turn, I'm going to turn mine because it's easier. Turn your paper if you need to so that you don't smudge. This is much easier for me. When we're all done, the last step is just to make sure our name is on the back in pencil. And it doesn't need to be crazy big or terribly small. Just needs to be big enough for your teacher and myself to be able to read. I just have a few more lines to go. You might have more lines than I do. And this might take you longer than what the video is, but you get the idea. This isn't your first rodeo, right? You guys know what you're doing? Joe finished. I'm gonna finish mine and then I'm gonna have Joey sign off with me. I just have a few more petals to go. I just have 2 more lines, so I'm going to flip it again. My paper to the side. All right. So that's it. All Sharpied in. I'm going to show you Joey's all Sharpied in. He's all finished. Thanks, Joe. That looks beautiful. You want to sign off for us?
Okay, bye.
We'll see. You wait. Hold on. Before. Sorry. Come on over. Put your name on the back. Everyone, flip it over right now. Even if you're still sharpening, I want you to stop. Take your pencil, flip it over, put your name on it. When you're all done sharpening, then I do want you to paper clip this to the rest of your art projects that are completed so that you can bring this back to school and hand it in at the next material pickup date. Otherwise, good job, and we will see you for the next lesson. Thanks, guys. Joey's saying bye.